G'day, welcome to another episode of Allied Equine TV, brought to you here in the beautiful Adelaide Hills of South Australia. Now today we're going to be talking to equine chiropractor James Gardiner. G'day James. G'day Jana, welcome to Allied Equine TV. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm thrilled to be on Allied Equine TV. It's a fantastic idea. My name is James Gardiner. As Jono said, I'm a chiropractor. I spent 8 years studying chiropractic at the Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College, fully qualified for human work as well as equine work. Absolutely love working with the horses, and today hopefully we'll be able to go through a few things to help you help your horse.
So I just wanted to dispel some of the myths surrounding the adjustment when a chiropractor comes in and manipulates parts of your body. When someone says they've got a sore back and you say, oh, why don't you go see a chiropractor? And they say, oh, no, I don't want to do that because I don't like the way the chiropractors crack the bones. And I gather that's not exactly how it works.
No, it's not. It's how we've become very famous, though. Seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger break people's necks on Hollywood movies, we are definitely associated with that. But when a chiropractor works on you, the method of a chiropractic manipulation is called an adjustment. And an adjustment is when we take pressure off your nervous system. So when we work with the nervous system, we have to work with the spine, because that's where the nervous system is housed and protected. Of course, we're very mobile in our spines, but with mobility comes instability. And if there is a problem in the spine, it's because there was a bit of instability. The spine then locks up in order to protect the area, and chiropractors are the ones that can help find those areas, detect those areas of problems with the nervous system, and correct them. We correct them through adjustments, and when we do an adjustment, you take a contact on a vertebrae, adjust it, compare it to the vertebrae above or below it, and in doing that adjustment it makes a popping sound, or cracking sound. So that's what we're famous for, is back cracking. The cracking sound is actually gas escaping from the fluid in between the synovial joints, and it's harmless. It's mostly nitrogen that's given off. If you have an x-ray after an adjustment, you'll see little black bubbles in the joints in your spine. They dissolve within 20 minutes back into the fluid that's within that joint, and you're the exact same as you were before, except now you're mobile. It takes pressure off your nervous system and you feel great.
Okay, and obviously working on horses, the principle's the same, but working with the joints are similar, and the horses have all the similar problems that humans do.
It's scary how similar horses are. They have a couple of extra vertebrae in a few areas, but their neck has 7 vertebrae, just like our neck does. Obviously, they're just much bigger vertebrae. Interestingly enough, giraffes have 7 vertebrae in their neck as well. So it's a common trait through mammals. And in terms of chiropractic work, it's very similar. Obviously, a horse is quadruped as opposed to humans being biped, and with that comes a whole range of different biomechanical difficulties. And then, of course, with the domestication of animals, we've decided to ride them, and unfortunately, they weren't designed to be ridden. Their spines are more of a suspension bridge type of idea, and in terms of being suspension bridge, as soon as we put weight on their spines, it creates a biomechanical difficulty that they do need a little bit of help with. So that's why equine chiropractic is becoming very, very popular, because people especially riders, are noticing the improvement in their horse's performance after a chiropractic adjustment to relieve the stress that's on their nervous system.
Okay, and you've worked all over Australia and also a bit overseas working on horses. Who are some of the people in the horses you've worked on here in Australia and around the place?
I've been very fortunate to work with a lot of the top equestrians in the world. Being from Canada, I apprenticed with Dr. Tom Alphin, who is just a legend in the chiropractic world. He's been the guest of heads of state in the big polo countries of Argentina, places like that. He can treat injuries that most people didn't even know existed. So he was fantastic, and I spent quite a few years with Tom, and I owe a lot of my success to him. I've been able to work throughout the world, and working with the top show jumpers in Europe, top racehorse trainers here in Australia, top eventing riders such as Megan Jones, accompanied her to the World Cup in France in 2003. Fantastic experience. I had clients, patients go to the Melbourne Cup here in Australia, and it's just been a fantastic ride through the entire time.
Fantastic. So this is Fred. He's your wife's horse.
Yes.
He's a show hack.
Yes.
And we're just going to do a bit of a demonstration on him today, and James is going to go through how he looks at to see if the horse has any problems, a bit of a diagnosis, and then we'll look at some of the minor adjustments he does.
We first assess the straightness of the horse, then the hip levels, both sides, and then the action of the sacroiliac joint in the middle. As the horse walks away, we look for the middle of the rump to go through the middle of the wither, the hip levels on both sides to be equal, as well as the side-to-side swinging action of the sacroiliacs at the top of the rump. This also results in the horse's tail going side to side. As the horse walks back towards us, we assess the action of the front legs, as well as hearing for a heavy leg in the action of the walk.